Welcome to Good Minds Learning. In this chapter, we will learn about the following key challenges of India and their remedies. Communalism, illiteracy, status of women, economic inequality, overpopulation, poverty, corruption, regionalism, smuggling and related economic malpractices. Introduction. Since India's independence in 1947, our nation has faced numerous internal and external problems. Addressing these challenges requires proper planning, good governance, and the cooperation of the people within our democratic system. Many of these issues are man-made imposed national hazards, necessitating humanitarian solutions, legislative reforms, able administration, and an impartial judicial system. Now let us see each challenge in detail. 1. Communalism. Communalism is considered one of the biggest evils of Indian society. Meaning, it refers to the division of the national community based on religion, where different religious groups feel their identities and interests are opposed to each other. Consequences. Creates religious division, mutual distrust, and threat. Manifests as social groupism, economic antagonism, and political rivalry. Disrupts the very unity and integrity of the nation. Propagates hate philosophy among religious groups. Leads to social unrest, ruin of life and property. Spreads with unwarranted mutual accusation and physical combat. Historical context. The divide and rule policy of the British government prioritized religious group interests over national interest, harming national unity and strength. Remedies to combat communalism. Uniform legal system ensures equal treatment for all citizens. Practice of secularism in all aspects of public life. Furtherance of national feeling above sectarian thoughts. Avoidance of vote bank and appeasement politics. These jeopardize national unity. Development of common and healthy national identities among all religious groups. Restraining religious fundamentalism to protect national interests and Indian nationalism. Proper secular education for children. Public awareness, political determination, administrative fairness, sound legal system, strong nationalistic ideology, and healthy media, all these have a combined effect. Moving on to regionalism. Regionalism means a strong feeling of people in favor of the local area in which they live. Nature. To a reasonable limit, regionalism is tolerable as it helps people take initiative for local progress. However, extreme regionalism harms national unity and interests. Locally centered emotional attachment must support overall national growth. Factors promoting regionalism. Regional historical background. Social system. Economic considerations. Cultural diversities. Geographical aspects. Linguistic fanaticism. Examples. Regional struggles, such as in the Telangana part of Andhra Pradesh and other parts of the country, can hamper national development. Extreme regionalism can also lead to serious interstate border disputes and river water disputes. Constitutional and governmental remedies. Emphasis on national unity and integrity through upholding single national citizenship. Provision for regional development within the federal structure. Preamble's declaration, "We the people of India," stresses Indian nationalism. Reorganization of India on linguistic basis 1956, aimed for state progress but should not lead to rivalry. Unity in diversity, our constitution provides a platform for this. Developing healthy regionalism, alongside strong nationalism. Addressing regional imbalance within states, committees like Dr. D.M. Nanjundappa Committee, Malenadu Development Committee, Hyderabad Karnataka Development Committee have been formed. Union government projects to curb parochialism, especially for the development of northeast states. Let us see. Illiteracy. Illiteracy is a major problem in India, and the country is yet to achieve full literacy. Education is crucial for national progress and for citizens to understand their duties and responsibilities in a democracy. Reasons for illiteracy: poverty, migration, child labor, child marriage, assignment of responsibility of baby care to elderly children, lack of interest in educating children. Literacy rates in India: 1947 independence, 12% literates. 2001 is to 66% literates. 2011 is to 74% literate, still about 26% illiterates. Government initiatives to eradicate illiteracy. Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan 2001, launched to provide free education for children aged 6 to 14 years. It prioritizes education for girls, physically challenged individuals, and women's awareness. National Literacy Mission 1988, established to make illiterates literate. Sakshara Bharat program, launched to eradicate illiteracy. Article 21A of the Constitution, education is made a fundamental right. Right to Education 2009, guaranteed compulsory free education for children between 6 and 14 years. Do you know this? 2015's UNO Millennium announcement emphasized compulsory primary education and gender equality. Let's move on to corruption. Corruption is one of the major problems in India's public life, rampant in every walk of life and at every level. Meaning, an inducement to do wrong through bribery or other unlawful means, a departure from what is right and legal. It is an abuse of power for personal gains, disregarding rules and regulations. Negative consequences. Adversely affects the social, economic, and political system of the country. Anti-social and anti-economic. Politically unsound and ethically wrong. Leads to organized crimes, white-collar crimes, and public welfare offenses. Includes tax evasion, hoarding, smuggling, misappropriation, fraud, foreign exchange violations, and professional misconduct. Factors influencing the level of corruption. Individual sense of values. The set of socially accepted values as a whole. The system of governance or administration. Corrupt practices, bribery, nepotism, casteism, red tapeism. Unwanted corrupt activities often start creeping into public life during elections. Remedy. A strong moral urge at both individual and societal levels is needed to restrain corruption. Do you know this? Lokayukt institution. The Karnataka Lokayukt Act was introduced in 1986 to curb corruption and unnecessary delays in work. Let's check. Status of women. The status of women is a critical indicator of a country's progress. As Pandit J. Nehru stated, you can understand the problem of a country by getting to know the status of women there. Notable Indian women in high positions. Jhansi Rani Lakshmibai, a historical figure remembered for bravery. Indira Gandhi, India's first woman Prime Minister. Pratibha Singh Patil, India's first woman President. Sarojini Naidu, first woman Governor. Sucheta Kripalani, first woman Chief Minister. Many women today hold positions as governors, chief ministers, ambassadors, and other high offices. Government initiatives for women's development. Stree Shakti program, implemented by the government of Karnataka for the development of rural women. Loan and subsidy programs for women's self-employment. Mahila Mandalas, Yuvati Mandalas, Stree Shakti organizations, self-help groups, and women cooperatives help in the all-round progress of women. Women commissions, constituted at national and state levels to inquire into cases of women and impart justice. Reservation for women. Efforts are made to have reservation from Panchayat to Parliament. In Karnataka, 33% reservation has already been implemented for women in local governments. Reservation for women has also been provided in government jobs. Moving on to economic inequality. Economic inequality refers to the widening gap between the poor and the rich sections of society. This phenomenon hampers national economic development. Consequences. The poor masses are often disillusioned. Factors contributing to the gap. High salary syndrome in the private sectors. Operation of multinational companies. Increasing segment of white-collar jobs. Generation of black money. Government's duty and remedial measures. Bridging the gap. It is the primary duty of the government to take steps for this. Inclusive planning should give proper attention to minimizing disparities. Partners, not victims. The poor and tribals should be made partners in development. Rehabilitation. Proper care for rehabilitation and earning opportunities when displaced for industries or dams. Pro-poor and employment-oriented policies. Healthy taxation system. Small-scale and rural-based industries. Regulation of large industrial houses and monopolies, to ensure equitable distribution of national growth's fruits. Land reforms. Labor-oriented policies. Social securities. Let's see. Overpopulation. India is the second most populous country in the world, possessing about 2.4% of the total land area. Population growth. 1991 to 2001. Population grew from 84 million to 102.7 million. 2011 census, total population reached 121 crores, with a growth rate of about 19% over the past decade. Factors leading to overpopulation: increasing birth rate, decreasing death rate, rise in long lively period, increased life expectancy, decrease in infant mortality. Consequences of rapid population growth: unemployment, illiteracy, poverty, beggary, housing problems, health issues, water scarcity, unequal distribution of population among states, rapid urbanization. Government initiatives: family planning and welfare. Family planning and family welfare activities, such as mother and child health care programs, are effectively launched across India. Middle and upper socioeconomic classes have mostly adopted family planning. Converting human resources into assets. India has abundant natural resources and can convert its vast human resources into a potential element of national growth. National level planning should harmoniously utilize both natural and human resources. Measures to tackle overpopulation, spread of literacy, technical training, agricultural development, industrial growth, export promotion, creation of employment opportunities, both at rural and urban sectors. Recognizing the trend of labor shortage in various sectors: agriculture, unskilled, skilled work, and the resulting migration, economic growth must involve more human potentialities. With proper planning, human power can be deemed an asset, not a liability, and the problem of overpopulation can be solved within a decade. Do you know this? The Central Education Department is now called the Human Resource Development Ministry. Let's see. Poverty. Poverty is one of the foremost and most widespread socio-economic problems in India. Meaning, poverty exists when people are not able to get the necessities of life. Prevalence. It still exists in both rural and urban areas in India. Government programs to eradicate poverty. Numerous programs launched by both central and state governments since independence. BPL cards, issued to poor families. 5-year plans, directed to eradicate poverty and increase per capita income. Jawahar Rozgar Yojana, Rural Employment Guarantee Program. Pradhan Mantri Gramodaya Yojanas. Remedies for poverty eradication. Proper utilization of India's vast natural and human resources, on productive lines. Increase in production. Proper distribution of wealth, achieved through economic reforms. Moving on to economic malpractices: proffering or unchecked price rise. These refer to practices that allow the gaining of huge money by easy methods in business, often at the cost of the general public or consumers. Consequences: corrupts society, creates economic inequality, enhances poverty, encourages unfair trade practices. Unchecked price rise takes a large chunk of the income of the masses. Factors contributing to unchecked price rise: monopoly of business houses, spread of multinational companies, unhealthy market practices, hoarding, black marketing, lack of proper price monitoring by commercial authorities, remedial measures, proper governmental regulations, control of price index, expansion of cooperative marketing sector, proper taxation policy, stabilization of price level. Moving on to smuggling. Smuggling significantly harms the national economic interests of India. Consequences: domestic industries and markets suffer. Adversely affects the national economy and market conditions. Remedies to check smuggling: encouraging import substitutions, suitable modulations of domestic market prices, proper export-import policy (EXIM), strict coastal vigilance service, punitive measures, interstate trade agreements, public awareness. Citizens must understand that smuggling is anti-national and an economic crime. Social boycott of smuggled goods can have an effect on checking smuggling. Conclusion: role of citizens. Indian citizens should not assume that the responsibility of eradicating these challenges lies solely with the government. Trying to tackle these problems at the individual level will lead to good results.
Thank you for watching this video. If you have liked, please share it with your friends and like-minded folks. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon.